Okay, 1 Peter 3:15 says that when asked, you should be able to give a reason for the hope that you have. Why? Why do you need to be able to do that? Other than the obvious trying to help people come to faith as well, there is a second reason. I believe that you need to be able to thoroughly articulate why you believe, and that it isn't just a blind faith, because if you don't have a rock solid faith and can't explain to other people why you believe what you believe, as soon as the storms of life come in, they're going to blow you off course. They're going to sink your ship. You're going to end up leaving the faith, and people are leaving the faith in record numbers. So today I want to give you just one argument for the existence of a creator being, and that is called the Kalam Cosmological Argument. Stick around to the end. If you know just this, you will be in a much better place when you talk to an unbeliever. Before we get into that, my name is Chris and you are watching Not Your Typical Christian Show, the #1 place for people who will not be conformed to the patterns of this world. If you want to discuss your faith in our community of kind, friendly and passionate spiritual seekers and Christians, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you never miss a show again. Okay, so straight into it, I'm going to explain what the Kalam Cosmological Argument is. But first, I'm going to tell you what it is not. It is not proof for the Christian God. So why are you talking about? It forms part of an apologetic argument. It's one brick in an entire building that you're going to build. The best example of the Kalam Cosmological Argument is given by William Lane Craig. I'm going to make a playlist and I'm going to put it down below. Go hit that if you want to see this in real detail, expounded by somebody who thoroughly understands everything. I'm just going to give you the basic Apologetics 101 version of it today, and it goes like this. Premise number 1, whatever begins to exist has a cause. Premise number 2, the universe began to exist. Therefore, premise 3, the universe had a cause. Not too difficult at the moment. Then you can take it that next step further. The universe has a cause. Second, the universe cannot cause itself. Therefore, whatever caused the universe to exist must be timeless, spaceless, immaterial and unimaginably powerful. Those elements are the things which we would assign in the Christian faith to God. Okay, so the pros of the argument. Things that came into existence have a cause, would seem to be self-evident. Things don't randomly appear without a cause, it just doesn't happen. Secondly, the universe came into being. Again, all the best evidence that we have, including the red light shift by Hubble, seems to suggest that the universe sprang into being from a finite point in the past. Another way of looking at it is, if the universe was infinite in the past, it would be infinite in the future. You can't add anything onto an infinite. If something is infinite, then you can't add another one onto it, but tomorrow we're going to add another day onto it. That was really well explained by Frank Turek in an argument which I'm going to link below, so go and have a look at that as well. So it seems to be, from the best knowledge that we have, that the universe isn't infinite into the past, and that things that came into being therefore have a cause, which basically means that the universe has a cause, and that's really powerful. So the second part of the argument, where it says that, okay, the universe has a cause, things don't cause themselves, that says to me that whatever did cause the universe to happen would have to not have been caused at the same time as the universe. It would have been caused outside of the universe. As space, time and matter all have a starting point in the finite past, whatever caused it must have been outside of space, time and matter. It must be spaceless, timeless and immaterial. So basically what we're saying there is that the universe had a creator, and that creator sounds a lot like what we call God. Now, it isn't the God of the Bible, and what I'm going to do is cheat, because I love watching internet atheists just as much as the next guy. I love finding out what the counter arguments to my own are, and I'm going to play you a couple of clips by a guy called Rationality Rules, who is one of my favourites. Hi there, this is Editing Chris. I just wanted to come back and make just a couple of clarifications before we get into Rationality Rules' bits of video. Firstly, this isn't a collaboration with him. I don't think I made that clear enough. The guy outnumbers me by about 470 to 1 on the subscriber count, so I don't want to presume that it's not a collaboration. I've just literally used a couple of bits of his footage under YouTube's fair use policy, so that's all that is. Secondly, the video that I've used is called Debunking the Kalam Cosmological Argument, and this isn't a debunking video to that debunking video. I've chosen this video video because I like it. I think the arguments are strong, and I think the artistic way that he's put together the video matches the way that I make videos really well. So actually all I just wanted to do was say, like, there are going to be other arguments that he's used which are going to be in the link. If you go down to the description, you're going to be able to get the full argument, the full weight of what he says. I just really want to make it 100% clear that the argument for the Kalam Cosmological Argument has some drawbacks, and here are a couple of them. That's it. Okay, back to the show. Hope you enjoy it. Take care.
The first point to be raised, in my opinion, is that even if we accept the Kalam Cosmological Argument in its entirety, all it would prove is that there was a cause of the universe, and that's it. It doesn't even suggest, let alone prove, that this cause was a being. And it certainly doesn't suggest that this cause was a being that is eternal, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, omnibenevolent, personal and moral. That is one hell of a leap. Hence, even if accepted, the argument doesn't remotely support theism. A second problem that arises even if we accept the argument is that while it would prove that the universe had a cause, it wouldn't prove that this cause itself was without a cause. Or in other words, it wouldn't prove that a first cause existed, which for a first cause argument is pretty damn ridiculous. To be fair, the proponents of this argument do indeed offer additional arguments in the attempt to assert that the cause of the universe must be without a cause, but the point I'm trying to make here and now is that the Kalam Cosmological Argument, by itself, is pretty damn trivial.
So his first 2 points there are it doesn't prove the God of the Bible and it doesn't prove the existence of a God. And that's fine. All you need to do is just be aware that that is a counter-argument. Just don't phrase the question in such a way that you try and make it sound like that this proves God, because it doesn't, and it's not meant to. It is kind of trivial because all you're really saying is that the universe had a creator. You're not really doing anything to bolster your Christian argument. Again, I think it's a fair argument, and just make sure that you don't overplay your hand when you're putting the statement forward.
Yet another defeating flaw that the proponents of this argument commit, but not a flaw that the argument itself commits, is a special pleading fallacy. As already stated, the Kalam Cosmological Argument by itself only asserts that the universe had a cause, but the proponents of this argument go a step further. They assert that the cause of the universe didn't begin to exist, and therefore it didn't have a cause, without adequately justifying why this cause is an exception. In general, these proponents argue that because cause and effect cannot occur without matter, space and time, and because matter, space and time began to exist as a result of the Big Bang, then whatever came before the Big Bang could not have had a cause. But to state it for a last time, the claim that matter, space and time began to exist at the Big Bang is not substantiated. To quote Sean Carroll, a cosmologist who in my opinion is remarkably articulate on this subject, the correct thing to say about the Big Bang is not that there was no time before it, but rather that our current understanding of the laws of physics give out at that moment in time.
The argument that rationality rules uses, which is the most powerful as I can tell from this, is simply that if you apply the argument to itself, it becomes almost self-defeating. It's special pleading. You need to give a second set of characteristics to the creator to make him fit within the argument you've just used to prove him, and that's quite powerful. Now, because we say by setting God up as being the uncaused first cause, what we're kind of doing is saying actually there are things that are uncaused in the causation world, so we just need to be aware of that. It's just a really interesting theological discussion, and all I wanted you to do is just know that the Kalam Cosmological Argument exists. It's very powerful in order that you can create a first brick to say that the universe requires a creator. You need other arguments to get to the next steps, and we're going to build those out. If you want to hit this playlist right now, you're going to go into more of those with me. Okay, until next time, take care of yourselves, hit subscribe on your way out the door, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.